Hey friendlies, how's it going? I just realized that I did not update most of the title for tonight's live stream. So I've just taken out the part that doesn't count anymore. Okay. So, welcome to the July 10th Beer Blazing Bushcraft live stream. I am hoping that we will chat about some interesting stuff, drink a couple of good brews, one good brew in my case, because don't want to overdo it since A, I'm a little older than I used to be, so I can't really go drinking too much on a work night, and B, it kind of makes me fat. So one good brew on my part. Hopefully you guys will all have something spectacular to drink. And as always, phone says that there's nobody watching. Okay. Hey Anthony, how's it going? Strange, the phone just suddenly said, and the computer says that there's nobody watching, but there you are. How's it going, Anthony? How's your back treating you? Wow, the numbers of people watching are sort of bouncing back and forth between 0 and 2. What I'm doing tonight is we're back from our camping trip. So I've been cleaning up, washing, dishes and all that stuff. And I'm going to strop up the Opinels before putting them away. Well, I don't want to put them too far away because at the end of August, Camille and I are taking a camping trip on our own. So this one's hers. These ones are ours. See how hers is a much lighter color? That's how we tell them apart. So this one's hers. So yeah, Anthony, how's your back treating you, man? How's you doing? How's you doing? What? How are you doing? Thing is, I never know if you're in physio for a month or so. Yeah, I went to physio for a while. Bass playing, the traditional way of playing bass is you get this really weird shape in your arm. You boom the bam, the boom the bam. And what a lot of bass players get is some nerve damage coming up here. And I felt it. It felt like my thumb was asleep all the time. But it turned out that the problem was up here because when you're playing for, let's face it, 5 hours a gig, it creates this really weird tension right up in here. So I went to this physiotherapist. I know Americans call it a physical therapist, and I think Filipinos do, but the entire British Commonwealth calls it physiotherapist. So we're talking about the same thing. So I went to this physio for a while. Whoa! Didn't turn the lock. And she was like this, 20-something Lebanese girl who I just fell for. Because A, she was great looking and really in shape. And B, every time I went to see her, I left feeling better. So I developed this real stupid schoolboy crush on my physiotherapist. And I am of the opinion that people in that position, with a physiotherapist who looks like that and who is helping them, I feel that more people have that problem than would like to admit. Who else is with us? LT, how's it going? Serge, what's going on, man? I was just telling Anthony that I'm just stropping up the knives from our camping trip. Getting them all cared for before putting them away until, well, 2 of them are going to come out again for the father-daughter camping trip at the end of August. But the other one will probably be away for a couple of years again. Although, our camping trip was highly successful. I think we may try to do it maybe every year. We were far away though, man. We were up in the Boreal in the Saguenay Fjord. Saguenay Fjord is big, man. It's a big freaking fjord. So we were there for 4 nights, 5 days, 4 nights, I think. I really don't want to be back home, to be honest with you guys. It's tough coming back to the city when you've been in that kind of woods for a few days. What's the cat behind me? Oh, you know what that is? It's a battery pack for jumping your car. It's got a light on it. Battery's full. You can plug in, you know, like there's a wall outlet here, as well as a USB for powering stuff up. There's your jumper cables. It's a pretty good gadget. I don't remember, it was like $60 or something. It wasn't that bad. I think they had it at Costco. Yeah, I think it was from Costco. You know, I don't know what, you know, like tonight, LT, I brought something back from I keep wanting to say Senegal. No. From Lac Saint-Jean. From Saint-Félicien, in fact. The brewery is called La Schwab, and this is an oatmeal stout. From up in the Saguenay region. Do you guys hear that? The girls are still up. I was gonna do the live stream upstairs again in my dining room because it's so much more comfortable than down here, but they just weren't ready for bed, so I came back downstairs. Hey, Simon, comment va? Oh, Serge, the knife was there, yeah? Did you take any pictures? So who's got a drink tonight, man? Who's got a beer? LT's got to have something. Oh, you sent a couple of pics on Facebook? Okay, I'll take a look. Speaking of pics on Facebook, I put some pics from our camping trip up on Facebook. Those of you, and on Instagram. So that those of you who are on one or the other of those can see where we were. I wonder if this is a twist. Nope. To anyone who's got a drink, cheers. Oh, it's 500 ml and it's 5.2% alcohol by volume. And I have a glass from the micro brewery in Tadoussac. I've got, I think, a mixed 12 from that microbrewery. Brought home some IPAs for a friend of mine. Some stouts and reds and stuff and browns for me. Chocolatey. It's got like an almost coffee touch at the top, like a burnt coffee almost, but in a good way. So good. So here's an interesting little thing. In about 9 days, I'm going to be giving a axe sharpening seminar at a little makerspace. It's a very, very small event, but if it goes well, I'm going to do more of them, I think. And then I'll start letting people know. I'm very intrigued. Simon, man, Tadoussac is something else. Like that whole region. Last time we were up there, we went into Tadoussac to watch whales, but we were actually camping in the Charlevoix, which is gorgeous. But when you get past the fjord and you go up into like the actual boreal, mind blowing. I fell for this province like I never have before. And I mean, the boreal goes across the country, you know, but because I'd never actually really been to the boreal before, you know. It's not oh, look what I did when I popped open my beer. This beer has tasted blood. Well, it was actually my Mora knife. Actually, I think that's my first time I've actually cut myself with this knife. I feel so much closer to you. I think when I was in cadets, I was up near Lac Saint-Jean for junior leadership school or something. But aside from that, like I've never been like bona fide camping in the Boreal. I've got some video. I have to organize it into an actual episode for next week, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I was trying to shoot. It's really disjointed because it's hard to keep my wife off camera when we're camping together, you know. But I think I've got some good stuff. Outdoors here, giving attitude like always. Oh, you sailed the Saguenay? Oh, man, I would love to sail the Saguenay River. I think I'd be afraid to sail like out of the fjord into the actual estuary. I think that would be a little scary. We went whale watching one of the days. I don't remember. All in the name of beer. We went whale watching one of the days in like a larger boat, not the Zodiac, and there was a freighter pretty far out, and it hit a wave that just washed right over the bow. I mean, I think I'd have a hard time sailing out in the actual estuary, but so damn beautiful. Tyler's here. How's it going, mister? Yeah, it was hard to leave, man. It was tough to leave. Tough to come home. Nothing smells like the Boreal. Nothing really looks like it either, but it's the smell that really gets you. I mean, those of you in the States who are familiar with like the Adirondacks, that's very similar to what you get in my part of Quebec, you know. The Adirondacks it's just the southern extent of the Laurentians, you know. So we get a lot of that kind of forest down around here. It's, you know, geologically and flora and fauna, like it's the same region really. I should probably sharpen this up a bit. Okay, I'm gonna sharpen that one. Tyler says, Jesse, good news. Tell me all about it, man. I want to know. Oh yeah, Tyler, I remember that conversation. Because I told you about that I wanted a Lee Enfield number 4. Oh wow, you got the 44 mag. Nice. Where'd you get that? Simon, yeah, just keep the shore on at least one side, yeah. Cauterize and put guys, it's not that, you know, that would probably be a problem, but come on, man. Who do you think I am? What kind of princess do you think I am? Princess. Kazoo, Michigan? Is that Kalamazoo? I don't know where Kalamazoo is. I don't even know if that's a real place. But KZOO, that's the only thing I can think of. Oh my god, it is Kalamazoo. Holy crap, dude. I didn't know that. Well, you know, Simo, I mean, I would love to sail the estuary. I'd love to sail the fjord. But man, I would love to put a country house up the side of one of those mountains. Whew. Oh, outdoor. I got your message about the haversack. It's just because of where I was, um, signal was kind of at a premium. I didn't have signal most of the time I was there, which was so bloody liberating. I gotta tell you, holy cow. I was like, I can't see Facebook, and I don't care. I can't get any phone calls, and I don't care. It was just gorgeous, just to be unhitched from it all, you know? It's like, oh. Hold on. Oh, you got a Marlin. Did you get an old one or a new one? Brand new, eh? I think that if I get a brand new lever at some point, I think I'm gonna go for a Henry. I just like what I see. I think to a certain extent, I would be glad with any lever action, but the ones I've been looking at the closest are the Henrys. Yeah, Simo, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. But you know, it's good to just get away from contact every now and again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was nice to just not think about the house and all the things we have to do, and Montreal and all the stuff that has to be done, and all that stuff. Hey, LT, what are you drinking tonight, man? What are you drinking tonight? Let me just see something here. There we go. I was just making sure that I was caught up with the conversation. So yeah, LT, what are you drinking? How's my signal? Looks okay. Tyler, man, you're saying good things as far as I'm concerned. I want the 30-30 classic round. Were you going outdoor? Yeah, Simon, I agree. I kept my mobile phone because I was using it to take some pictures, and Camille used it to shoot some footage, you know. So I mean, it's just like it was nothing but a camera. I mean, it was useless for anything else. Oh, what's that? A little bacon grease? No. Oh no, it's dish soap. It's dish soap, all right. Yeah, I got the text. I just trying to answer it was was an issue, but yeah, I'm glad that turned out for you. So how are you going to replace the? For those of you who are wondering, English Bay Pale Ale from Granville, yeah. I got a text from outdoor while I was out there because you guys remember in the last live stream, I think outdoor was it the last one where you were mentioning that you got the Finnish gas mask bag. Anyways, he got it out for a little hike with the family, and because I had asked for a trip report on it or whatever you want to call it, and he said that it was all good except the strap, the lack of padding on the strap. So how are you going to what are you going to replace it with, or are you just going to like sew some some padding onto it? I'd like a 308 as well. I hunt with a bunch of guys who all have 30-06s. I have no real reason to get a 30-06 because I have a 270. But I like the idea of the 308. I like what I've read about it. It seems like an intriguing round. I also like that it's a short action. Why do we always end up talking about firearms, guys? I keep saying we're not talking about guns tonight, and then we end up talking about guns. I think I may have to sharpen these. Yeah, I don't think that the stropping is going to be good enough. I'm going to have to sharpen them. Oh well, I'll do that later. Oh, outdoor, those sound like a couple of nice ones. Hey Scott, how's it going? Hey LT or Simo, you guys will remember. The 308 is which NATO round? Is the civilian version of which NATO? Is that the 7 point... It's not a 7.6. Tyler, I like stones. For knives, I like stones. Like anything like this It's all stones. In my my outdoor kit, my bag, I have a couple of little diamond plates. I think I've shown them to you guys. Just hold on. Oh God, I still hurt from my trip, folks. Better bring all my stuff in here. Been trying to sort of clean up after a trip, and it's just, you know how packing for a trip is fun? It's like, woo, we're going on a trip, and then unpacking from a trip is dead freaking boring because you're like, oh, why am I not there anymore? Axe got a lot of use. My Agawa Canyon, no use, none at all. But look at how beat up my gloves are getting, huh? Look at that. That's what they're supposed to look like. I love it when my tools start to look like they're really getting used. I don't like my stuff to stay brand new looking for too long. 7.62, yeah, by 5, yeah. Hold on. I just want to go back. Make sure that, hold on, bum. Okay, let me just go back. What kind of sharpening system do you run? Yes, so in my, in this bag somewhere I have 3 diamond plates, just because they're easy to put in. Somewhere over there I've got a 3,000, 6,000 Waterstone that there isn't much of it left. I've had it for a long time, and it's like, it started this thick and now it's like this. So I'm going to be probably replacing it at some point, but I mean, you know what stones cost, right? For axes, sometimes I use a stone. The way, did you guys ever see Ben Orford's video on how to sharpen an axe? Right? You know, you use a black Sharpie, and then you use a stone. I used to do that exclusively. Nowadays, since I've become a member of the Facebook Axe Junkies group, and I've learned the rooster method, I use sandpaper a lot for the axes, but I still use stones for knives. So Scott's here. Outdoor, yeah, that's a good idea. A camera, bag strap, nice. Yeah, 762 by 52. Scott, yes, you can. You can hunt with semis here, but we're not talking about ARs. You know, you can use like my 22 is a semi. It's a Remington 527, 725, 527, 572. It's that ugly little plastic, you know, semi. A lot of the rules around hunting are, like, the AR is restricted by name. You can hunt with anything that's non-restricted, whether it's bolt, lever, semi, single shot, provided the round is big enough for the prey animal, the game. Quebec has very specific rules about the lightest round you can use on certain game. You know, like you can use a 22 on whatever petit gibier is, small game, but you're not using a 22 long rifle on a white-tailed deer. You know. Hike with Mike, how's it going? But the thing is, like, I think you can only have 5 rounds in a rifle, max, is it? Do I have that right, guys? 3, 5. My Winchester carries, I think, three in the mag and one up the pipe. I think no, mine carries 5, so you can have 5. If you're using a Lee Enfield, you can have 10, if I remember correctly. But it's a rider clause more than a, you know. Shotguns, you can only have 2 rounds, no matter what. Pump, break, semi. Hold on. Oh God, I'm getting so far behind. What's going on? And he's gone. Yeah, but I was going to get some stuff, guy. My unpacking takes an entire day. Yeah, it's, you know, and I've got so much laundry to do. And I don't really want to do the laundry because I love the smell of the campfire, but you kind of have to do the laundry, you know? Especially because, man, it was hot. It was hot out there. When we got there, the first night... No, I thought we were going to have our first belch. No, we're good. When we got there the first night... there hadn't been any rain forever, so there was a campfire ban in effect. Like, I think it's a 5 level, you know, danger. You know, green is go for it, and then there's like a lighter green, and then a yellow, intermediate, and then when you get like orange, I think, and red, and like orange and red is like no fires. Not be careful, it's just no fires. And it was up at the red. The first night we were there, we had just unpacked all our stuff and got it into the tent. I told you we were glamping, right? So this tent was standing there when we got there. It's called a Hutopia. If you guys look up Hutopia, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we unpacked our stuff, went in, and like as soon as we got everything inside, this wicked rainstorm rolled in and just doused the entire countryside. So when we woke up in the morning, the fire ban was over. But of course we didn't have time to make a fire then because we were running out to go somewhere, but I don't remember where. Whale watching in Tadoussac. So we were driving like a half hour, 45 minutes away to go watch some whales. But then by the time we got back, the fire ban was on again because it was too windy. And then at 9:30 at night, the wardens came around and said that the fire ban was off again, so we could burn. But it was like, we're going to bed, you know? But anyway, so we made up for it, though. We had fires. We made s'mores. I'd never made a s'more before. I'd never done it. In fact, I think I'd only tasted a s'more once before. I have now made a s'more. Scott, you got a Springfield M1A? Outdoor, try ceramic before you go to stones on that knife. I don't have a ceramic anything. What I wanted to get was, in Europe, IKEA sells a ceramic rod that's very good and really cheap, but they don't sell it at IKEA in Canada. Upstairs, I do have like a kitchen rod, a hone. But, you're using a landscape kit? I have a landscape kit, which I use for the kitchen knives. I find that whenever I try it on my bush knives, I'm altering the angle. So I've stopped using it for my bush knives. R is rimmed. For small game, 8 rounds, okay. 3 for migratory birds, right. Wait. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. I've so lost. Okay. Scott, it's on your ammo cans. I need an ammo can. R is rimmed. Do I have a nylon Remington Nylon 66? No, that's a classic rifle. I don't have one. No, I crap you not. My Remington is just a crap little rifle. In fact, it's so crap that um, it only takes certain kinds of 22 long rifle, 22 LR. It won't take anything that's just exposed lead. Just forget it, jams it up. So it's got to have a little brass jacket on it. Um, it's just like I should have bought like an old up here in Canada. I don't know if maybe they're in the States as well, but up here like a long time ago, like in the 50s and the 40s and stuff, CIL made little single shot 22s. I'd like to sort of see if I can find one of those at some point, Tyler, of course not. Um, 3 rounds for migratory birds, 1-1. Okay, small game, 8 rounds. Simone's censored by the chat. Interesting. Insert SHG needed. Start putting a dryer sheet in your tent when you pack it up. It's not a bad idea. Oh, Simone, shotgun got censored? Man, YouTube is taking this thing real serious, eh? Hold on. We can insert numbers to circumvent the. I love. Yes, I do have a coffee mug with an unglazed ring on the bottom. Yeah. You can also like just bring the window, your car window down a little bit and use the edge of that. Yeah. Dude, YouTube and Google are not liberal in the American sense at all. They're big corporations. They're playing liberals, as bad as they're playing conservatives. They're not nice people. All they care about is your information, because if that they can sell your information. There's no way I'm putting crap like Alexa and Siri in my house because everything is listening to you. This phone's listening to me. Hey, Winders Rangers here. How's it going? Yeah, I don't want to get political. I'm done with getting political online because you know what? It doesn't freaking. It's not worth it because you're either not extreme enough for someone or you're too extreme for someone. It almost doesn't even matter which way you lean anymore. It's all about your degree, So I keep it to myself. And honestly, I have so much more fun talking with you guys about bushcraft and survival and prepping and stuff than I do about talking about anything too serious. I mean, come on. We're all buddies here. It doesn't matter what you believe. So long as we're not, getting all Nazi. Wander's back from a trip. I'm back from a trip. Who else is right back from a trip? Someone else said that they were right back from a trip. LT English Bay Pale Ale. Yeah, I said that when you first. I like that beer. It's funny. I was excited when I saw that you could finally get Granville Island Brewing juice out here, but it's because they're not really a microbrewery anymore. They got bought by Molson Coors, I think. Right, so now they've got distribution across the country, and I think the beer still tastes the same. Like I don't think they messed with the recipe or anything, but it's not technically a microbrewery anymore. Serge. Yeah, exactly. Right, Serge. Exactly. Oh, LT, you went to Comic Con? How was it? Simo. Yes, I was offline, damn it. Wouldn't that be the funniest thing, you know? My iPhone is like, oh yeah, we're offline. Wink, wink. I haven't been to a Comic Con in a long time. Sorry about trimming my nails here, guys. I have not had to trim nails. I don't remember ever not biting my nails. I caught a glimpse of. I think I've already mentioned this. That I caught a glimpse of one of my nails in a YouTube video that I had done. I don't remember which one. And it was so shameful that I was like, I gotta stop. And then I got this really wicked infection on this finger, obviously from chewing my nails and getting them all dirty and crap. And so I haven't chewing. I haven't been chewing them since. But now I actually have to trim my nails, and I've never had to trim my nails before, so I'm garbage at it. It's disgusting. But I'm not going back to chewing them, man, because it's so liberating not to be trying to not show my nails on camera. I'm in love with life. Oh, I'm going to have to learn how to use a nail file. This is atrocious. Yeah, I'm really manly. Totally manly. Really manly. 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 Scott's having a Wingling Golden Pilsner. That's a Chinese beer. LT shook Chuck Norris's hand. Nice. Yeah, Atlanta. I haven't been to Comic Con in years and years and years. I went as a photojournalist once, and I took a bunch of pictures for a website I was working for. And I almost spent $50 on a Millennium Falcon that I used to have as a kid. But I figured that if I'd spent that money when I got home, I'd be in wicked trouble. I'd be like, but it's the Millennium Falcon from like 1977. And she would have been like, so what, dude? You're 40. I should have bought it. I definitely should have bought it. Hey, has anyone seen Solo, by the way? I never get to see movies anymore, so I haven't either, but I'd like to. Yeah, they're both scary, yeah. Oh, you got lots of star signatures? Nice. Scott, they're not Chinese, I thought. Oh, Tyler, you saw it. Yeah, I'd like to see it. I didn't know Wing Wing was American. Okay. Can you get Chinese beer down there, like Tsingtao and stuff like that? Whoops. Because I know, like, sometimes in the States, you got this real weird thing about communist countries. You know, like, you can't buy Cuban cigars, for instance. And back in the day, I remember when... no, I don't remember. I know that there was a time when if someone in the United States wanted to buy a CZ 75 in the United States, it cost you north of $1,500 pre-Reagan dollars because you had to buy it through Canada, because we've never had a problem doing commerce with communist countries. And at that point, the CZ was made in Czechoslovakia, which of course was communist. Pottsville, PA. Was it founded by someone with Chinese? It's just that name looks Chinese to me. I mean, I hang with some Chinese people, and that name, but it's funny, eh? Anyway. Lots of Mexican beer, yeah. CZ57. Yeah, here's... me see. CZ75B. If I was going to buy a handgun and deal with the garbage you have to deal with for a handgun, it would be the CZ75B in stainless or chrome or whatever it is with the rubber handles. It's got an ambidextrous safety, which I would use as a point. I mean, I think the actual stainless one was limited or something, but the ambidextrous safety means that I could maybe at some point convince my wife to learn how to shoot it. I don't mean like the compact or the, or any of that stuff. I mean the basic one, basic, except all chromey and with rubber handles. Man, this stout is good. I wish Mike Morton would come online. I want to show it to him, but he doesn't have the time to come on every week. So, in the run-up to this summer's Camp Fest, my daughter, my sweet daughter, those of you who are on my Instagram will know what I'm about to say. She bought me some dollar store headlamps. It was a very busy life leading up to this trip, so there was a bunch of things that in previous years I would have made sure I did before we left, like test the headlamps. Anyways, so we got up there, I popped in some batteries, and neither of them worked. Dollar store headlamps. I was not overly surprised. Simone, yes, the handgun. In fact, the CZ75 was very, very popular back in the day because of the grip. It had the most ergonomic grip you could get, and that grip heavily influenced the development of the Glock. But anyways, so the headlamps didn't work, but I had my suspicions, so I had bought backups. These are Princeton Tech, and they worked beautifully. This one is the something, I don't remember what it's called, the Sync, the Princeton Tech Sync. This is not a paid endorsement. What it's got is, it's got a lock, it's got a red, and then off, and then like there's 3 levels of white, 4 levels of white, I meant to say that. Strangely, no blink. And then for my daughter, I got the bot, which is real basic. No red. But she found the red to be scary in the forest, so that didn't really matter so much. Yingling is about 25 minutes from Cole Cracker's place. I like that guy, man. Is there a Yingling called a black and tan? Because I mean, up here, I don't know about down there, but up here, as in Ireland, a black and tan is like a stout with a lager, I think. Like you pour half a glass of stout, and then you put a spoon over it, and you pour on a lighter beer so that it's black and tan. And then, there's a variant called the Black Velvet, right, which is stout or porter, and then cider. And then there's a white velvet or a light velvet or something, which is a lighter beer, like an ale or a lager and cider. Outdoor, what the hell's a shamokin? Is that like... This beer is shamokin hot. Oh, is that actually a place? Is this one of your like weird American place names or something? I say that Like I don't live in a province with a town called St. Louis de Haha. So what was I talking about before I started being an ass about the shamokin? What was I talking about? Oh, like H2R and yeah, and the Fenix HL50. Yeah, I know those. I was at where was I? Yeah, I was at Mountain Equipment Co-op. I was like, geez, if those headlamps that Camille bought don't work, what are we gonna do? And so I just grabbed something affordable. These were like 25 or 29 bucks and like 32, I think. 33. Have I heard of Centralia? Yes. But I had never heard of Shamokin. Shamokin. Centralia or Centralia? Like I'm gonna hear the pronunciation. Yeah, tuk. This was Camille's first time camping. First ferry ride. First time seeing whales. It was a good trip. Your family from Pittsburgh calls it iron shit? Iron poo? Shamokin iron crap? Iron... True, better than dildo Newfoundland. Anthony, yes, I did. And in fact, I think you had pictures of it on your Instagram, didn't you? Because I'm pretty sure I saw it on your Instagram. Spectacular looking little, well, not so little, just fabulous looking. I would love to see that in person one day. Hard iron. Iron brew. Devil's bathtub. If any of you guys have never seen that, I had never even heard of it before Anthony told me about it. Really, look up a picture. It's really cool. Pronunciation depends on which side of the river you live on. Okay. So Centralia is 5 miles from Shamokin. What's that? 10 clicks, guys? Those of you who are all about the maths. Is it about 12 clicks? 12? 10? Let's call it 10. 10 kilometers. They call Iron City beer Iron Shitty. Whew. Man, that was tough for me to get. It was tough. You gotta have mercy on me here, guys. Iron Shitty. Iron Shitty smoking hot. Oh, shut up, Jesse. I'm just being a fool. Oh, you guys want to see something? What the shit was that? Oh, I meant shoot. What the shoot was that? Yeah, that's what I meant. Wouldn't want to get all censored and crap, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys want to see something? Oh, 5 miles is 8 clicks? Okay. Oh no, live video output is low. Tell me if I'm dropping out on you guys, okay? I'm peening. This is taking forever. I have destroyed, because what I've done is I've stuck the point into a piece of wood, pound, 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 pound. I cut it down to about 3 mil, like Saku said to do. Just pound, 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 and I just keep breaking pieces off of this block. I mean, I ain't kidding. Like, just chunks are coming off. Like, if I was using a piece of oak, it would probably be lasting longer or something, but ping, 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 ping. But I'm getting there, guys. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to start shaping this. I'm going to start with the bandsaw, and then I'm going to go to my belt sander, and then probably hand sanding. What's an Altoona? The horseshoe curve. The horseshoe curve? What the fuck is that? What the funk is that? Boom. What the funk? You were in Pittsburgh for work? I've been to Plattsburgh. Stupid. Here's a picture of the Utopia tents that they have up at the national park. Like, they're pre-made. There's a little gas stove there. Four beds on a wooden platform inside. You know, it's really nice. You know, it's not the way I tend to like to think of. It's not what I think of when I think camping, but it was nice, especially because, as I said, we got there, we unloaded the stuff, and suddenly the sky went. So, yeah. Roaring spring. Sorry. So yeah, outdoor. Maybe I'll get one of those. Like, maybe I'll get something like to use as a haversack. Hey, that reminds me. I was watching a. Who was I watching? I think I was watching Coal Cracker. I mean, I've been out of touch, right? But I think it was Coal Cracker had a video on like his summer loadouts, and in his backpack he said, you know, you gotta have a haversack just for if you're going like on a little scouting expedition or something. You don't want to pack your entire ruck along with you. And as soon as he said that, I thought of you and how we were talking about the haversack. Haha, Winter's called you Simone. Kidding. My name's Jesse. In French Canada, I'm never going to laugh at someone else's name. I mean, unless it's like Horatio. He just posted that today? Okay. The Finnish gas mask bag, eh? Yeah, I might do that. Strong like bull. Snap. What else would make a good haversack? Because, like, I think, you know, I was saying to you guys last chat or the chat before that I'm going to save up, you know, once the trade war is over, I'm gonna get the Hidden Woodsman backpack, I think. And I'm gonna spring for the, like, 2 of the side pouches. It bugs me that they cost extra, but like, I'm not gonna spring also for the haversack, you know? Like, I'd like to get something army surplusy for the haversack. Oh, powerful. Make a nice fire with this pine. Good old pine, eh? Good old pine. It's a great little wood. I will admit, though, that I wish that the peening wasn't taking so long. And it's funny because Saku warned me. He said, yeah, you just cut it down to 3 mil, then you start hitting it, and you hit it like several thousand times. And I thought he was being kind of funny. No. I spent, oh God, like a couple of hours going ting, 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 and then I went and got some earplugs, put them in, ting, ting, ting. Just takes forever. But it's going to be worth it, man. I think it's going to be a nice knife. I love the look of a stacked birch handle. In fact, I like the look of a stacked birch handle more than a stacked leather handle. Or like antler and leather and whatever, gold and stone. Granite, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I love the look of the stacked birch. Such a nice look. Yeah. Oh, check it out. Okay, enough of that. I kind of wish this beer wasn't over. Especially because, like, when you bring a bottle back from away, you know you can't really replace it once it's gone. That's the thing, Tyler. I don't have a haversack yet. When I was young, I had an old army one. That was like, just like a thick canvas with 2 straps that end in like those square metal things, like went through 2 brass square buckles and then ended in those square. Hold on. I talk better with a pencil in my hand. Like, do you see this? So it came over, okay, like this. It was like thick canvas, and it had 2 straps that went through square buckles, and then the ends were like squares with like a rivet through. And it's just a real simple, and it had those buckles here as well, right? And then a strap that came like this. And the same thing, except it had like brass like that folded over with 2 of those rivets through. Did you guys know this bag? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you had it in the States or maybe it was an American Army bag, but we're talking old. We're talking like 70s era, maybe 80s era. Like a thick canvas, thick cotton canvas. I had one of those when I was really young. Swiss bread bag too. Yeah. What I've heard about those is, aren't they the ones with like the weird opening or something? He left Pittsburgh but can't stand Philadelphia. Serge, did you send that to my email or my Facebook, Ash? Canvas, sure. Wool. I've never thought about one in wool. I like canvas. I like wool. Some of you guys are going to go with me on this, and some of you are not. And I'm really going to be interested to know who falls into which camp on this, okay? When I'm sitting next to a campfire, or I'm hanging around camp and doing stuff, I want wool, I want cotton, I want natural fibers, especially wool. I want a wool lumberjacket. When I was young, I had a traditional wool lumberjacket. I have a non-traditional one now that's kind of a polyester kind of thing, like a blend. But man, I wish I had a full-on wool one again, because the thing I like about wool is you get rained on. It doesn't lose its thermal properties. It gets wet, believe me, and drying it's a chore, but it doesn't lose its thermal properties, okay? That is magic to me. It's one of the reasons I love my wool blanket so much. I hated it when I was in basic training, but now that I've found one that's identical to that one, I love it because it gets wet, keeps, still keeps you warm. And the second is, if an ember falls on like my high-tech Arc'teryx plastic, there's a hole in it, right? But if an ember falls on wool, piss off. So when I'm bushcrafting and hang around the camp and playing around with the fire, because let's face it, come on, fires play, right? Safety, but still, we do it because we enjoy it. For any of that, it's got to be wool. I'll wear, I've got, do you guys know those Columbia fishing shirts that are real thin, real light, just perfect for a hot day? I've got a couple of those. Part of the reason I wish Mike Morton would come on is because he just ordered one and we were talking about sizing. But yeah, Tyler, I never even thought about a haversack in wool. To me, it's just a canvas thing. Do you have pictures of one in wool? It just kisses his bicep again. I'm out. The bathroom, it's over there. I'm just kidding. If I was cold crack, I'd be like, that guy is ripped, man. That guy makes me feel bad about myself. Life makes me feel bad about myself. But, Tyler, draw it up for me. Oh, isn't that funny? Yeah, so that's the one I used to have. I drew it up for you. And it was like a real khaki, not like a, yeah, it was khaki. I miss that old stuff, City of brothers that love each other. I don't know what that means. Whoop. Oh no, I'm lost. Going, okay, you have one also. Don't know if you still have it. Yeah, but LT, you know what I'm talking about, right? Hamza's here. How's it going, man? You got a British one? Nice. Yeah, Civil War reenactors and stuff like that, yeah. Waxed is probably the way to go, eh? Hey, Tyler? I never had anything waxed before. Like my old haversack that I had when I was young, it was way too bumpy to be waxed. You know what? Maybe I'll find a. Thing is, I don't want to lose the conversation again. Yeah, I'm not going to find it on here. Let me just catch up with the rest of the conversation and then I'll see if I can find it. Swiss bags, you have to flip the thing inside out. Yeah, that's weird, eh? Tyler, you could mock. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, no. What happened? Okay. You make a lot of your own gear these days? Man, all the power to you. If I had some time, I'd be making gear. I want to get into making stuff. I specifically want to get into leather making. I want to get some tools together. Hams is en vacances. Where are you? Yeah, outdoor. Do it, man. Nutsack? Really? Nutsack. It's funny. There's a coat company called Moose Knuckle, which is exactly the same as a nutsack. So you need to get tight canvas to get the wax. Yeah, and the old bag I had was not a tight canvas. It was really textured. Nutsack, really. I'm gonna look that up now that I've caught up with the conversation. Oh, except somebody just said something again. Nutsack bags. Okay, good. Thanks, mister. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, man, mag satch. No, no, no. What's a sack daddy? Ooh, they make some nice stuff. It's a little more urban than a Satchel Pro. That Satchel Pro is nice. Man, I love canvas and leather. Even the satchel is nice. 139 US. Yeah, so they're not cheap, but still, whoo la. Yeah, those are nice, man. Oh, excuse me. Moose knuckle is slang for a ball sack. Yeah, scrotum, yeah. I'm seeing if I can find that old haversack I used to have. Like, it was basic, right? It was like one pocket. Just like one pocket. I think it was like Korea era or maybe Vietnam. Maybe. I don't really even know. Is that it? No, that's not it. Stupidness. What? You know, the interwebs are useless in many, many ways. You know what I'm saying? If I look up military haversack, maybe. Yeah, these are all really thin. This isn't it. I'm seeing if I can find it. Is this it? Kind of looks like it. I'm trying to find it for you guys because it's just like it was a real like. It was really basic, real like old school. But the thing is, it lasted forever. Is it? No. But it looked a lot like this, but instead of being like, it just had straps that came up the side instead of like backpack straps. It was like a satchel. The satchel. Let me see if I. Oh wow! Of course I've lost. Okay, back, scrotum. Okay, nutsack, moose knuckle. Conversation's getting weird. Opposite of a camel toe, getting weirder. There, if you turn them inside out. Hey, Austin's here. You entered at exactly the wrong time, dude. This conversation's going like this. Hamza's got a British bag. Yeah, you know what? In fact, Hamza, I think that the one I'm talking about was British. I mean, Canada used a lot of British gear back in the day, so. Oh, Tyler, if you sew a pack, I want to see photos of every step. Man, I see guys who've made like these real cool packs, and I think, how did you do that? Like, I've got a sewing machine, but it won't do canvas, you know? Yeah, Tyler, I want to see pics of the stuff that you do, because just never put a knife in your nutsack. Oh, disgusting. Never overstuff your nutsack. This is just getting worse. Speaking of knives, not in nutsacks. one thing that did get a hell of a workout this past week. It's weird. We were there for like essentially a week, but because it was over a weekend, I keep thinking of it as just a weekend trip. This got enough of a workout that I'm going to be doing a full-on review soonish. I have stuff to tell you guys, but I don't want to ruin my upcoming video, so I won't tell you about any of that. One thing that I definitely had to get this time around, because we were going to be like, watching whales, and I thought we were going to see some stars, but man, it was cloudy. I got some new binocs, because these are the binocs I have, he said, staring listlessly. Oh! That's where my Amadou went. Somewhere in this bag I have a fire kit, a million batteries. Okay, here are my old binoculars. Wait a minute, where's my new binoculars? If I go and get them, are you guys going to behave? Of course you're not going to behave. What kind of a stupid question was that? So, I think my nephew may go too. Hold on, I'm just bloody hell on this nutsack issue. Yeah, I know. Oh, Hamza retracted a message. What? Austin, what's going on is someone said that he had, I don't remember which of you guys it was, but you're a bad boy. Someone said that he had a canvas bag by Nutsack. And I stupidly said nutsack, which is funny because there's a winter wear company up around here somewhere called Moose Knuckle. And then it was like, what? A nutsack is a moose knuckle? And I said, well, yeah, because it's slang for a ball sack, a scrotum. Anyways, so this whole conversation is getting bizarre. And then Hamza said something that he retracted, so it must have been awful. Okay, your nephew is 34. Tyler, no. Hey, you're a writer. Can you help me writing a cover letter? It's a place I was told to apply because I know someone, not an exact position I'm applying to. Austin, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? If you want me to look at your cover letter, send it to me. Do you have my email address? If you're talking to someone else, then just ignore what I said. You looking for the satchel? Yeah. Tyler owns the nutsack. Tyler, we all own a nutsack. So these are my little glasses, okay? These little Bushmaster. Okay, little guys. What are they? Like, they don't even have... Oh, hold on. Fully coated optics, who cares? 96 meters to 1,000 meters. Anyways, they're not great. They're just little cheapies. The low light performance is terrible. While we were at the Beluga Research Station, I picked up these. I gotta say that I have a Celestron telescope that has sold me on the brand. Whoops. These are not expensive, like, Supreme glass, okay? These were like $65 $105 Canadian plus tax. They're 8x40s, Celestron Up Close G2. But it was nice to have them. They're not bad. They're not bad. I think Celestron makes pretty good stuff. It's a brand that I use for my telescope. Was a big expenditure. Back in the day, I would have considered it slightly less of a big expenditure, but it's a 9-inch cast grain, I think. But anyways, it was like, we're gonna go whale watching. I'm gonna be in the boreal forest. I want some nice specs, so I bought those, and maybe I'll just give these ones to Camille because they're really a good size for her. Okay, hold on. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, you, Austin's. Yeah, me. Okay, so do you have my email address, Austin? He said, typing his email address into the. Yeah, you. There, fire it over. I'll take a look at it tonight. Uh-oh, Sue Archery. What is this? That's actually it. That is actually it. Darker color, but yeah. That's exactly it, in fact. Guys, Simon's Sioux Archery, hold on. Oh, Hamza was saying that mine was a British bag. Yeah, no, I think he's right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it's a British bag. I thought he was saying that he had a British. Yeah, and I've seen the blue one too, and the black one, but I figured that was just, wow, they're only 4 pounds. Ooh, and they're nice and tan. But, come on, green is the classic. Yeah, but like mine was so used up that it was a real kind of, yeah, sorry, Hamza, I thought you said that you had a British bag. I bet you it's a gas mask bag. Original pattern. World War I pattern. That is, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I had the old one, man. It was old as shit. Old as hell. Such a good little bag. I have such good memories of that little bag. Yeah, it's like 3 mil thick, man. Hamza, you've got 2 of them. Keep them. I love those bags. I keep sort of, every time I walk into an army surplus, I just sort of, maybe they have another one, but. Outdoor, yeah, my problem again is the shipping. Because, I love the idea of, what I would like to do is buy a bunch of other YouTubers' t-shirts and just wear them when I'm doing my, obviously YouTubers I like, Bushcraft guys, maybe a couple of preppers, but I'd like to just start showing support for other YouTubers by wearing their merch while I'm doing my videos. I don't know if that's a good idea or if it's just kind of geeky though. But yeah, I think, Cool Cracker's a guy I'd like to support. I'll go and check out his store. He's got some knives either coming out or they're out now that sound really cool. Austin, thanks, man. So what is the knife you're trying to tell yourself no to right now? Yours is the Victorinox Cyber Tool. Outdoor Dauber knows exactly which knife I'm saying no to myself. There's a couple of them actually, Outdoor. There's that Hella Doka. Definitely the Hella Tamagami because it just keeps going up in price. It's just being lifted right out of my range. And that little Outdoor, what is it? What's that, Nesmic? What company is that? Jack White, Scott White, Jim's, someone White, Kelsey Grammer. I don't know what I'm saying. And that one's affordable aside from the shipping, because getting it across the border adds like $1 bazillion. Outdoor, tell Austin what what company that is. The Jeff White Nesmic, exactly. Yeah, I would like that big, because I really want to. Or yeah, that R. Murphy Canadian belt knife. That'd be cool. But yeah, the Jeff White full size Nesmic, because I've got the small. Austin, have I shown you my mini Nesmic by Jeff White? I think I've got it in here. Because I've shown most of the guys, but I'm never sure, like, which of you was around during X live stream. Really nice little thing. Love it. Really good for food prep. I'm thinking good Skinner, but I haven't used it for that, but I think it would make a nice Skinner. The thing about Jeff White is, it's a real basic knife, but it's a real basic aesthetic. Like, I think that if I was an old school mountain man, or up here we would say voyageur or coureur des bois, this is about the fit and finish you would expect of a knife. Like the whole gorgeous, mosaic pins and just perfect. That's all new, man. So what I like about this knife is I can sort of get into the old world, not old world, but old time-ness of it. And they're affordable as hell. This was a $55 knife. It seems like all his knives are $55 no matter what size. And because of that, I can deal with the fact that the fit and finish is not perfect. I really like his stuff. Jeff White, yes. Scott, no, but they do sell in pistachio size. Now I'm going back to see what Scott asked. Saltines and cream cheese. Anyone with me? Yeah, I'm okay with saltines and cream cheese. If the saltines have actual salt on them, I'll eat them straight up, man. Do they sell a nutsack and coconut size? Well, I'd say an elephant has a nutsack and coconut size, but I wouldn't really want to have that conversation, would I? Oh, wow, I really missed. Hold on. How do you like the Victor? Oh, geez, I missed a lot of stuff. Am I an amateur astronomer? I'm a member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada, Montreal chapter, Montreal Centre. In fact, I had a piece in the Journal of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada a few years back. I love the sky, man. I love the stars. Everything out there is magic to me. Let me just... What's the knife are you having to tell yourself no to? I haven't seen the Victorinox Cyber Tool. Maybe Simon will put a link up. Oh, you got a Tinker. Nice. Winters thought about doing the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, LT, we got to do another live stream soon. Oh yeah, then we got into everyone telling me that was the Jeff White. Oh, wonders, you got a 0 tolerance for your birthday. Nice. Very, very nice. Skipper Pro, yeah, that's a cool knife. That's really context driven though, eh? Sorry, it's like I'm turned away from you guys, but it's because I like the Skipper Pro because I like anything nautical and because I sail. But that's a knife that I could only really see being in my sailing stuff. I literally see no other use for this knife. But I still want it. Hey, this looks like a new version. Was there an old Skipper that wasn't Pro or something? There's something looks different on this one. Get back to the live dashboards. We don't get. Yeah, Austin, what you have to do is like put the first part, like throw spaces into the URL, or put the dot in, like what I do is I put a square bracket and then write dot, square bracket, space, and then com. Or just I don't do the .com, let me go. Beautiful knife. You had Ritz with smoked steelhead cream cheese dip today. Does that count? Sounds like it counts to me. Yeah, Austin, Simon's got every knife known to man. Steelhead's a trout? Is that a trout? Oh, you remember the Victoria chapter. Nice. Hey, so LT, do you have a question for everyone? Bleh. I'm gonna start that again, okay? Question for everyone. Who here has a telescope? Like for staring at the sky, not at, the hot neighbor. Walleye and steelhead. Cyber tool. A trout, yeah, I can't eat trout. I can't eat anything that's an oily fish, fatty fish. I only know the word really in French. Or in poisson gras. So like a salmon or like, the pink stuff. The pink stuff. Oh, that's the cyber tool. Yeah, I know that one. I've never really wanted this one because I feel it's more like techie than I find that I'm going in my interest. Like see, it's got all these screwdrivers and stuff, but I think it's a really nice package. Like if you work with screws and like anything, like Simon would probably like. Well, maybe he wouldn't. He's very particular. Simon really knows what he likes, but and I see a bottle opener on this, so, but yeah. Yes, Anna Walters double bit outdoor. Thank you. Wait. I gotta go back. Hamza, Tyler. No idea how to use it though. Whoa, what are we talking about? Oh, my question, the telescope. Austin, binos are really good for looking at field of vision stuff. Like if you want to look at Saturn, you need a telescope. But if you're watching a like a meteor shower, binos are much better because you get a much better field of view. Celestron sells a nice pair of astronomy specific glasses that I would love to pick up, but they used to be like $99, and now of course, you know how it is. LT also used binoculars, yep. Simon, that's true. LT owns a lot of knives. Wonders if the glass on those old World War II binoculars is still good. Then you probably got the best binoculars of all of us. Simon only owns the scope on his rifle. Okay, well I've got one of those. Scott, you just need to come back to Canada. Oh, you bought a pair of Monarch 3s. Damn you, sir. Hell yes. A side-mounted vintage style scope. A side-mounted rifle scope. Like a vintage style. Jeez. There are companies that specialize in real vintage, like flintlock style vintage stuff, but oh, Winders, man, yeah, replace that. Come on, those are probably gorgeous. Wait, Simone and Outdoor, what are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys talking about that big old log? Hold on. Vintage style side mounted rifle scope. Because, like, I could see you needing a side mounted for, like, I think it's Winchester's lever actions that used to eject out the top. I don't know if they still do. Vintage sights, scopes, and mounts. Oh, that's a Facebook page. But that's a vintage scope right up at the top, though. Oh, I do love the vintage. I do loves what? I do love the vintage stuff. Whoo, guys. I don't know if you guys are into nice. I don't know if you guys are into nice stuff. Shut up, Jesse. Hey, Zachary's here. How's it going? Look at. You don't want me to post? Look at some of that. Oh, Weaver. Yeah. That's gonna be good. Side mount face. Yeah. Good eyes, mister. Hamza gets all the good stuff for like nothing. He got a Hudson's Bay blanket. It's a red one, so it's not the one that I would be going for, but he got a Hudson's Bay blanket for $5, man. Yeah, vintage Weaver. Hell yeah. Winders, yeah. Definitely do a video on them. All I have to do is show them off. Zachary, how was date night? What'd you guys do? Hey, Outdoor. You're most likely right. This says that my output is low again. Am I dropping out on you guys? Zachary, what you missed is this is my beer, which is now finished. It's an oatmeal stout by La Schwab, which is up at around Lac Saint Jean. It's in Saint Félicien, up in the Boreals. We were also talking about my camping trip that I just got home from yesterday. A couple of the other guys went on trips as well. I was saying that I'm now ready. Like, I worked this knife to the bone during the camping trip. Simone, you can have it back very soon. You can just take your pick of the two that I have at this point, because I don't know which is yours. I was sharpening up these Opinels for a while. I was talking about a camping trip that I'm going on with my daughter at the end of August. Trying to figure out how I'm going to organize all the footage from the weekend's camping trip into a video for next Sunday. And we've been talking about rifles and rifle scopes. And telescopes. Do you have a telescope? Because I'm a member of the Royal Astronomical Society, an amateur stargazer. LT was a member of a chapter in another city. A couple of these guys have scopes that they don't know how to use, and then of course, it always turns to rifle scopes. The Miller and Buds. Well, you can buy both Miller and Budweiser up here. Like I don't really buy that kind of beer. I like the micros, but like Molson Canadian is, your basic brew up here, or like Labatt 50, or I don't know. What do you guys think? What else would you do? Like, the thing is, it's affordable to get a better, like, to do a step up and get something by Sleeman, Yes, and a bunch of talk about nut sacks, but we're moving on from that, right? But even like the Miller and Bud you get up here are slightly more alcoholized, right? Outdoor. Micmac Tavern for dinner. Went to. Oh, you saw Ant-Man and Wasp. Okay, how was it? No, Simone Outdoor. Come on, that's not what I was saying. I was saying, you have the opportunity to have a knife that will have been on screen on the famous, nay, the legendary RaindanceBushcraft YouTube channel. Just take your pick. I mean, I've been using them both because I've long since lost track of which one's mine and which one's yours. So yeah, how was Ant-Man and Wasp? Man, I miss seeing movies. I was also talking about my new binocs, which I bought for the whale watching during our vacation. Which was how we ended up talking about telescopes, because these are Celestron, and my telescope is a Celestron. Yeah, not sure about Famous either, but I'm working on it. What am I up to, like 2,150 subs now? Working hard at it. Now I want to get one of those haversacks again. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of getting into the haversack thing. Because I don't always need to have a backpack. Sometimes I'm literally just hitting the woods to shoot a video and coming back out. By the way, outdoor, spin is such an ugly term. I like to think of it as... Sorry, guys. I like to think of it as, taking a positive view. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Simone tends to choose Labatt 50 whenever he doesn't have other choices. Jeez, I don't remember last time I was at a place where I had no choice of something better than that. But oh yeah, years and years ago, I was at this place called the Cock and Bull on St. Catherine Street. With a girl who grew up drinking 50. That was her drunk drink, And so I was like, okay, I'll go there with you on this one. I mean, she'd already been at a real pub with me and drinking Guinness all night. So, you talking about this Agawa Canyon saw? Is that the one you're talking about? This beautiful saw, which I clean every time I use it, so it still maintains its youthful exuberance. Is that the saw you're talking about, having liked? I think this is the saw. I think this is the one you're talking about. It's the one I did the video on. Is that the one? Yeah, I like it too. By the way, how the hell did review come out frei? Are you on your phone? You're on your phone, right? Stupid phones. Mine just keeps killing me. It's awful. It's like, guys, just don't invent auto spell. Uninvent it. Just get rid of it. It doesn't bloody work. Yeah, of course my review my girl had to step in on, because that's what she does. Do I buff it with a fine chamois? Hey Rostein, how's it going? Yeah, phones. Yeah. Every time I tap out a message to someone, I hit send and then think, geez, I should have looked that over before sending. And invariably, yeah, I really should have looked it over before sending. So do you guys all use haversacks as well? Or is it just a couple of you? Oh, excuse me. So much with the tired. Oh, you like half of you guys are using phones. Maybe all of you. Well, I'm technically using a phone right here. I mean, I'm looking at it on the computers. The computers, you know, the computer. But I mean, I'm using my phone to film it with. Okay, so everyone's using a phone except probably Simo. Ah, a nutsack. We're back on the nutsack, really? I hate life. Just kidding. Yeah, exactly. And it's back. You prefer a pack? For comfort, I'm with you. I like having my load evenly distributed on both shoulders. Yeah, for most situations so far, I've used it because I'm always bringing my my wool blanket with me. Right, as soon as I've got a bull blanket, that's what I didn't want to say. As soon as I got a wool blanket with me, then someone down in Texas did a video or a series on like 1800s style, hitting the bush, and he used a haversack, like probably one of those reenactor haversacks, and he just rolled his wool blanket lengthwise and threw it over his shoulder and like tied it somehow. Kenneth Cram? Is that his name? Do any of you guys know who I'm talking about? Do any of you guys know Kenneth Cram? I'm sure. Whoa, hold on. How'd you rupture a bicep? Oh, I've missed all kinds of stuff. Okay, so LT's on a laptop. Yeah, fair enough, Simo. Simo, what are you carving? I want to know everything. Haversacks of a plate. Yeah, and so I want to try them out, you know? L being continental field bag, yeah. Blow blanket. Okay, are we really going to go there? Yeah, Kenneth Cram. But Hamza, have you seen the Kenneth Cram one where, like, literally he's... Man, it's been a long time, but he did a video on, like, camping 1800s style. And the thing about Kenneth Cram is he just comes across as such a nice guy. Like, maybe a little kind of, not exactly totally dynamic, but a nice guy. He knows his stuff. Like, I think I would enjoy camping with him for a couple of days. Yeah, I think LT, he might have rolled it on the sling of his haversack. I think it might have been something like that. Like, I've never done a blanket roll before. But if I was to have, if I had a, start that again. If I had a haversack, I think I would want to try it, just to see. Does he? Which video is that where he boils and eats the wood lice? No, Simo, it's not about the complicated. It's about, like, it's not an aspect of hitting the bush that I've ever really tried, Like, I would want to play up the vintage aspect, I would want to... like, identify a decade that I was like, okay, this trip, this weekend is only stuff, technology that was available within 20 years of 1850 on either side, It is one of his haversacks. Is it one of the 1800s? Ow. Ooh. That was highly painful. But I did find my brush. Mm-hmm. Rothstein, yeah. That sounds good. You will dry out. You know, Zachary, it's funny that you say that they're apparently related to shrimp or prawns. That doesn't surprise me because, like, spiders and lobsters and scorpions and crabs are all related. We're not, not directly. They're not all brothers and sisters, but they're all distant cousins. So that makes perfect sense. Yeah, peep sight would be really nice, Tyler. Depends on the rifle. Like, I would want to put stuff like that on a really vintage boomstick. Something modern. No, I want a modern scope. But like, if I had a lever action, a 30-30 lever action, I would look into like some old time North American, like probably a peep sight or something. Yeah, that's if I didn't just leave the stock sights on it. Like if I ever get my Lee Enfield, I want it to be non-sporterized, and whatever, and either just use the sights. I want specifically the Mark 1 or Mark 2, not the Mark 1 star, because I want the peep sight on the back. I don't, the peep sight with the ladder. I don't want the flip peep sight. But yeah. Winders, that doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised that you went with a haversack and a blanket roll. But if, part of me wants to try that, Sleep under the stars, hope to hell it doesn't pour on me. Cowboy coffee in the morning. Yeah, if you can get like a peep that fits with that 6.5 by 55 Swedish Mauser, I mean, the aesthetics fit, like it's not too modern, then yeah, that would be nice. Well, what Tyler says is important. If you get a modern one made in the old style, that might end up being a better sight than a real vintage one. It's hard to tell, modern stuff is not always that well made because there's a lot of corners cut the way they didn't used to, but I've never seen a Mark 1 star with a ladder style peep sight, Simo. Yeah, outdoor. I think I would do a haversack and a blanket roll for like maybe an overnighter rather than a full weekend, like 2 nights, maybe not. But like, it's easy to talk about all this great stuff. Like, I'd like to get a peep sight, if I ever get a lever action and stuff. But I'm never going to acquire all the stuff that I talk about, and it would be nice to have. And I'm okay with that. I would really like a Lee Enfield one day. I would really like a lever action 30-30 one day. I would like a 308, but I probably won't get one. Because I don't want to be a gun collector. I don't want to be a knife collector. There are all kinds of knives I would love to have, but I'm not going to get them all. I'd really like that Tamagami, but I'm not going to get every axe that I want to try. And I'm okay with that. Because what I don't like is when I have so much stuff that there are things that never get used. It's why I brought my base toolbox down to 2 instruments. Because they both get used all the time. When I'm walking out the door to a gig, I look at my rack and think, what did I use last time? And if I can remember what I used last time, I take the other one. So I want all my tools to be constantly in the rotation. You know? I don't want to have any hanger queens. I don't want to be a collector. I want there to be context in which this axe comes and this axe comes in a different context and blah and blah and blah. Oh crap. A few overnights and a few weekends, but it's not my favorite. Yeah. Oh, is Hamza leaving? Okay, have a good one, Hamza. Yeah, outdoor. That's perfect, right? You leave your backpack in the tent. You grab a few things, throw it into your haversack because you're not walking all day with a haversack over your shoulder. Like the way if you're actually hiking, you got your backpack on and your weight's evenly distributed. If you're doing it right, you got like a good waist strap on you, right? And that's your distance bag. Wake up. That's your distance bag, right? That's the one where you got all your heavy crap. And just boom, 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 and you're going. But then, you get to camp, you throw down your bag. You're just going to scout for some, whatever, tinder or whatever. Throw a bottle of water and a few, like, light supplies into a haversack and go off for a couple of hours. Seems like the ideal way to do it, Yeah, my pocket knife, it's not on me right now. It's upstairs. Still using it, though. Yeah, and you can switch a haversack from one side to the other which is probably the way you should do it. Like every now and again, just switch it around to evenly distribute the weight. My pocket knife also usually stays on me when it wanders, but because I was in the bush and I had a belt knife on me, the pocket knife didn't really come out. Wow, we're almost at 11 o'clock already. Good, because I want to go to bed. Just kidding. The ticket 0. I'm about to look that up. Ticket 0. We've talked about this knife before, haven't we? Ticket 0. Amazon Smile. That tells me I'm on the American Amazon site. Yeah, outdoor. I've seen both of those knives you're talking about. Just looking up them knives. Them knives. Nice stuff. It's amazing what you can get for around $30 these days. When I was a young one, well, $30 was a lot more. Like what you could get at that era's analog to the 20 or $30 price point was nowhere near as nice as you can get these days. I think the technology's just gotten better. What was I looking at on Hemsey hammocks? Excuse me. Yeah, Zachary. That's a good way to be. You should always have backup tools. Yeah, I always bring. This is my main axe. I've always got this little guy in my bag. It's a little backup axe. Lost your Mora 511. Yeah, there's, well, yeah, $30 today is like $1.50 as a kid. Yeah, a little bit. Touchofmoderndots.com. I haven't been to that site in a long time because it's dangerous for my pocketbook. Let me see if I can. Yes, continuous just. Touch of modern. Come on, man. There we go. Huh. Some nice knots. Oh yeah, but man, they're headquartered in San Francisco, so I'm not ordering any bloody folding knives from Touch of Modern. They'll get stopped at the border, you know? Oh, the hatchet? Oh. Hold on. I love this little thing. Wetterling's Buddy Hatchet. Look at how pretty it is. Look at how used it is. When I first got it, this wood was blonde, blonde, blonde. This was my first real good axe. I am not happy that this brand has been retired. I think this is a better mask than my Gransfur's masks are. Just because it's not like a real sort of slick leather. It's a little rougher. It takes polish better, you know. I love this little guy. It's like, it's good if you're like limbing a spruce or something, or if you're just doing some real small camp chores, chopping stuff like this. I definitely wouldn't use it to chop anything big down, but you know. Where was I? Probably not lost, just misplaced. Yeah. If you had to pick your favorite budget bush knife, what would it be? Everyone answer that question. Everyone answer Zachary on that. If I had to pick a budget bush knife, probably a Mora of some, maybe the Cold Steel. Most likely, either the Companion HD or maybe, if I can find it, the Robust. I really like the blade shape on this Robust. It's shorter, okay? It's definitely not... their design philosophy on the Robust is definitely very different, okay? But there's something about this knife, something about that blade shape that I really like. So I'm thinking, for me, budget is probably the more Robust. Absolutely. Anthony says a buck 110. That's a good knife choice. Oh, Winders. Winders. Okay. Have a good one, man. Sleep well. Real Steel Bushcraft 2. It's a popular choice. Jeff White Bush Knife HD. Jeff White Bush Knife. I don't know if I know which one that is. Cansbowl, then a Garberg. Cansbowl's got that weird, like, thin. Like, is the Casbowl the one that's been like ground out right here? It's a weird thing. Tarava Yakari Puko. Tarava Yakari Puko 110. I need a photo. Oh wow, that is a budget knife. Yeah, I know what that is. Yep. Under 55 US. Because if we hit 55 US, then I'm pretty sure like a Jeff White would be a nice touch. It's 2301. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I will see you next week. Moose Knuckles. All right, Anthony's definitely still here. I'm gonna try to get my my Boreal Camp video out on Sunday if I can organize all the footage. Half the footage is probably crap that has to be scrapped anyway. But anyways, so thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next week.